Not celebrating goals? What the hell is that about? A club dumps you, you score against them in what should be a moment of great joy. You stand with your hands by your side and shrug your shoulders. Let's have a look at the players who did it. Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker scored an incredible volley to seal a 1-0 win for Man City at Sheffield United, but took some fans by surprise by deciding not to celebrate. The England international decided the match in the 28th minute with a fierce arrow into the bottom left corner as City returned to winning ways in the top flight. Considering he marked his 100th City appearance with such an important strike, you would expect a certain level of jubilation. However, Walker opted not to celebrate out of respect for his boyhood club. It's not one of football's most well-known facts, but Walker was discovered by Sheffield United, and it's largely thanks to them he went on to achieve everything that he has. Despite only making 2 senior appearances for the Blades before joining Tottenham, where he spent most of his early career, Sheffield United developed Walker as a kid. The England international 30 joined the Blades age 7 and spent 11 years in their academy. Walker has come a long way since then, and reflecting ahead of his 100th appearance for City, Walker told TalkSport, "I think I have to thank my mom and dad as genetics come into it. That's a big thing. I worked hard and people probably don't see the amount of work I put in off the field in the gym, but mainly regarding nutrition. If you're eating well and resting well, then you should be able to perform at the highest level for a good number of years, as a lot of people are doing nowadays." Jesse Lingard. Lingard overcame a tricky week in which his mistake led to United's loss in the Champions League to score a brilliant winner and secure all 3 points for United in the league. Before he came on as a substitute and when he made his entrance into the game, West Ham fans had given the 28-year-old a warm reception after his brilliant loan stint for them last season. So the forward decided to respectfully not really celebrate when he scored, something that has really annoyed some people, including Michael Owen. "The finish is absolutely sublime," Owen told Premier League Productions. "The only thing that's poor about the whole scenario is that he doesn't celebrate. I can't believe players don't celebrate when they score a goal against their old club. He was only there 2 minutes. If he doesn't want to score, if he's not that happy, don't pull the trigger, pass the ball if that's the case. It's the only thing that lets him down there because everything else is absolutely spectacular." Lingard later explained why he decided against celebrating. "They supported me during the loan spell and gave me a great reception, so it was only right to pay them back," he told MUTV. "It was a great reception from the West Ham fans. I had a brilliant time here, but I had to do my bit." Fernando Torres. Former Atletico Madrid star Fernando Torres paid the ultimate respect to his old side after putting his current employers Chelsea a goal to the good in the Champions League semi-final second leg. There are clearly 2 schools of thought, but Torres really shouldn't be castigated for his refusal to celebrate against a club he served so well. Don't forget, he was made captain of the Roji Blancos at 19 years of age, and one Diego Simeone was a teammate of Torres's. It's therefore entirely appropriate that the Spaniard didn't go overboard. James Rodriguez. Ex-Bayern Munich lone star James Rodriguez congratulated Real Madrid on beating his adopted side in the Champions League semi-final, as he also defended Sven Ulreich, whose error ultimately cost the Bavarians the chance at making the final. While many, including Bayern manager Jupp Heynckes, claimed Bayern were the better side over the 2 legs, James insisted Real Madrid produced good things. The match at the Santiago Bernabeu finished 2-2, but with Bayern trailing from the first leg, they were eliminated on aggregate goals. Bayern dominated for large spells of the game, but some excellent goalkeeping for Keylor Navas and some wayward shooting cost the German side on the night. James, who refused to celebrate his goal, was on hand to discuss the tie and parent club in his post-match interview as he explained to El Chiringuito, "I didn't celebrate my goal for the 3 years I played here and I was happy." Isco. Real Madrid star Isco capped off a stunning week with a glorious free kick against former club Malaga, and his lack of celebration was wholly appreciated by the club's fans. After hitting headlines for only giving the ball away on 2 occasions this month going into the game, he opened the scoring in the 23rd minute with a tidy set piece. It was the Spaniard's first free kick goal in 7 attempts in La Liga, and clearly it was well worth the wait. having spent 2 seasons at La Rosalita and winning the coveted Golden Boy Award thanks to his displays for the Boquerones, he felt not celebrating was the best move, so he simply gestured to the home supporters and said sorry. Muhammad Salah. Salah usually has muted his celebrations against his former clubs. After scoring for Liverpool against Chelsea in 2017, he didn't celebrate, although he said this was to pay tribute to those killed in the Sinai mosque attack. Salah's cracking goal in the 2-0 win over Chelsea during the 2018-19 campaign saw him pull off the calming yoga tree pose. His teammates went wild around him and eventually barged him off his one-legged stance. While his equalizing penalty against Chelsea in the 1-1 draw back in August 2021 resulted in a mild fist pump. He also scored twice against AS Roma in the Champions League, but once again did not celebrate. He had finished the previous campaign as top scorer for Roma and was somewhat apologetic following both of his goals in the 5-2 victory. The same went for the 3 occasions he netted against another one of his former Italian club, Fiorentina. Cristiano Ronaldo. CR7 didn't celebrate against former clubs on a couple of occasions while playing for Real Madrid. In the last 16 of the 2012-13 Champions League, his goal helped Real Madrid progress 3-2 on aggregate against Manchester United. As in the first leg, he held his hands up for a quiet celebration, showing his love for the Manchester United fans, a love which was reignited in 2021. The Portuguese record goal scorer also netted against his former professional team Sporting Lisbon in the 2016-17 Champions League. His free kick proved too good for Rui Patricio before Alvaro Morata notched to seal a 2-1 win for Madrid. When asked why he chose not to celebrate, he simply responded, "They made me who I am." Frank Lampard. Chelsea legend Frank Lampard came back to haunt his former club, scoring for Manchester City to rescue a valuable point for the citizens. Aged 36, Lampard, who scored a hugely impressive 211 goals in his time at Stamford Bridge, was at Man City following a loan move from MLS club New York City. His name was chanted by Chelsea fans before the match, but they were not in such fine voice when he volleyed home from a James Milner cross to make it 1-1. Mobbed by teammates, Lampard remained calmness personified, as befits a player who spent 13 years and made 648 appearances in the blue of Chelsea. Robin van Persie. The Dutch goal-scoring machine caused controversy in 2012, leaving Arsenal to join rivals Manchester United in search of a Premier League title. Sir Alex Ferguson had convinced the striker to join United following a season in which Van Persie netted 30 league goals to win the Golden Boot. Before United's first meeting with Arsenal, Van Persie said that he wouldn't celebrate if he scored. Just 3 minutes had elapsed when he proved his point, putting his hands in the air with almost no emotion on his face. In the reverse fixture, he opted not to celebrate once more after scoring from the penalty shot. The following season, though, there was controversy when Van Persie went against his word and celebrated a crucial goal against Arsenal, riling the Gunners fans in the process. Mario Götze. Former PSV attacking midfielder Mario Götze rose through the ranks at Borussia Dortmund, becoming one of the biggest talents in Germany. Rivals Bayern Munich triggered his release clause in 2013. In his first league game against his first club, Götze was subjected to boos from his former supporters after entering the field in place of Mario Mandzukic. Despite the reception, Götze opted not to celebrate after powering a shot into the far corner of the net, instead putting his hands in the air as a way of apology. Gabriel Batistuta. Fiorentina's all-time top goal scorer and club legend Gabriel Batistuta, also known as Batagal, moved to rivals AS Roma in 2000 and inevitably scored against his former club in his first season with Roma. After netting from 25 yards to win the game 1-0, the Argentinian looked visibly upset and was reduced to tears on the pitch, perhaps a strange reaction following what should be a joyous moment for any player. Batistuta later explained that he felt the emotions of the Fiorentina fans, knowing that he would return home disappointed. He went on to say that Fiorentina held a big place in his heart, having had 3 children born in the city while he lived there. At the end of the game, he even ran over to the 3,000 visiting fans and applauded them before leaving the Olympic Stadium in tears at the end of an emotional night. Here are the famous football players being nice to their fans. See you guys there.